Great, really good. Went longer than I thought I would with live contact. Went about 80. Got 80 snaps. I thought that no one hurt, and guys played hard. Some good physical work, so it was good. Real positive.
Who stood out to you in the scrimmage? Anybody?
Same guys. Baker looks great. Both sides had their moments. Of having big plays. Just pleased both sides. When you're the head coach, you're excited when you have a few 3 and outs, and then you're excited when you have a good drive and score. So it's kind of back and forth, and that's how it was with both teams. Player-wise, Michael Jones again, made a nice play. A couple of the young running backs continue to do good. Rodney Anderson, A.D. Miller continues to do well. So anyway, I don't know. Just there quite a few guys did well.
With Michael missing the time that he did, you still hopeful he can be a contributor for you?
Yeah. He's got some time to get him caught up. He's feeling good now, and so he's an explosive guy, and that's something as you go through. We still got a couple weeks before game time, but we'll get him caught up. To what degree we'll see, and what, or maybe there's a limited package that he's able to handle. So that's what Coach Riley and the receiver coaches will figure out.
Are you where you want to be with your receiver development? Bringing in new guys besides just Dede and Mark?
Yeah, definitely. I feel all those guys are improved. The bigger pool of guys, Jeffrey Mead every day is making, I should have said Jeff, has made some nice plays the last several days too. Dahu, though he's been in and out with some minor injuries, continues to make more plays. I just think the whole group is going to be more, going to be able to contribute more as a group than a year ago.
Have you started to get a better feel of what freshmen might redshirt at this point?
Not quite yet, but we'll know that by next week. But we're not, it's my opinion not to redshirt any of them. But if they're not going to play and not in a position to play, then that may happen to a few.
Bledsoe still looking good, and what is it about a guy like that can come in and make an impact this early?
Yeah, Monty, he plays with great technique. He's tough. He's strong. He's physical. And plays with really good leverage for a young guy. Similar, though he's bigger, that like Matt Diamond did as a true freshman played. But Amani's quite a bit bigger than Matt was at that time. But same kind of thing, that he comes in, plays with technique, plays with leverage. You can tell he's been coached well, and and then is very attentive to whatever you tell him.
I know Stephen Parker had mentioned Parrish Cobb. You've been able to get him out on the field.
We have. Parrish had a lot of snaps yesterday and today, and continues to really impress us. He's making a lot of plays, very competitive, very talented.
Sounds like you guys are really developing a lot of depth, guys that can rotate on the offensive line. How much does that help you when you want to go fast, when you want to go?
Oh, it makes a huge difference. It gives you more confidence to do it as a coach. It gives you the confidence that if a guy gets nicked up here or there, that you can keep going with it. And again, like we saw, even last year, we were lucky last year. We, injury-wise, we stayed pretty healthy until the last game, and the depth did show up a little bit there. It was a major factor in that game, and it'll be a major factor at some point this year too. And there's no doubt, I know offensively, that we are deeper across the board. 100% across the board. We're deeper at every position.
How's that depth and versatility making an impact in the receiving corps?
It's helping. It's made it really competitive. There's nobody that's got something sewn up. That's even 2 weeks out. I'm sitting here, me, Coach Gundy, Coach Simmons, sitting there like, man, it could be a lot of different lineups right now. And but the nice thing is, again, the depth's there, and in year two, we've got more guys that can play different positions. So we've got a little bit more versatility on trying to get the best guys out there or get the best matchups, as opposed to last year was, hey, let's make sure we got 4 guys out there that know what the hell they're doing, so a little bit easier this year.
What do they have to show you on the practice field that are going to get them on the field on Saturdays?
Just, they've got to make competitive plays consistently, and we're going to get opportunities out there with how we can run the ball. And with our throw game over the middle, we are going to get opportunities outside, and we got to have guys that can win those. And then again, as much as the ball's in play, you know, for us, regardless who's got it, you know, they've got to be great blockers, you know, and that's where your big ones come from. And the group last year did a great job of that, and we're going to have to, you know, that'll be something that we really take into account.
Do you see those wide receivers accepting that challenge? Baker said he expects teams to try to stop the run first, and those guys are going to be challenged early.
Oh yeah, they know, they're excited. You know, a little bit. They're kind of tired of hearing that all these other guys are gone and they're not going to be very good. So, you know, we'll find out here in 2 weeks.
Lincoln, could you coordinate this offense the way you wanted to if you weren't coaching the quarterbacks too?
That's a good question.
Because it seems like the offensive coordinator and the quarterback are just.
Yeah, it'd be tough. It'd be tough. You know, there's other guys that do it and do it very well, but I would definitely have a hard time with it.
I mean, it seems to be the norm in the profession now.
Yeah.
That's how you rise up as quarterback and offensive coordinator together. Is that just because I have to have a guy that thinks like me?
I think so. In this day and age, you know, the quarterbacks make so many decisions. You know, so much of the communication goes through those guys. You know, they have to, you know, where every other position at times is just kind of focusing on doing their job, that guy's got to kind of understand how the whole thing's working, why it's working, what we're trying to attack, what they're trying to do defensively. He's got to understand it on a little bit of a different level. So yeah, I think it would be tough the way that we do things. I think to do it any other way.
Do you feel more comfortable this year than you did last year? You know, after you came in and brought in a new offense, are you getting the kind of groove this year?
No,
or does it just feel the same?
You can't feel comfortable here. Yeah, I feel comfortable. I'll be selling my house here in a year, so that's. Yeah, you don't feel comfortable at this place, and that's how you want it though. That's what I want. I want a place where, you know, you expect to win every year. And last year's over, none of that matters. And, you know, we got to go win games this year. And we got one of the toughest schedules in the country that we got to get ready to go attack.
After the season Baker had last year, did he approach this offseason any differently?
I think just it was a different situation, but he's been hungry the whole way through. There was kind of different levels of motivation. You know, finding ways to improve, you know, not listening to everybody on the outside telling him how great he is, understanding that there's so many things that we need him, that this team needs him to do better, and he's done a good job of focusing on that.
Was there anything in particular that he tried to improve on in his game?
Yeah, there's a ton. I'm not going to tell you everything, but there's a ton. Yeah, I mean, just day-to-day little stuff that, you know, and trying to understand how we think teams might attack us and trying to be prepared.
Are you getting a sense from the guys too that this is a clean slate? They're aware of that. You know, what they accomplished last year isn't really relevant at all in approaching this season.
I think so. We've talked about it a lot, but, you know, one of their challenges as a team is they've got to accept it. You know, so just like last year, we talked about you got to buy in with all of us new and with all the, you know, the outside noise and all that. We had to hunker down and kind of have that mentality, and that group decided to buy in. And, you know, this group has shown that they're going to do that, but again, it only really shows itself on Saturdays here in a few weeks. So, we certainly hope so.
Thanks.